Many students become interested in buying their own camera at some point. Maybe this is you already. If you're considering buying a camera now or in the future, please consider these tips. Buying a camera is only useful once you are skilled enough to make use of said camera or have a reason to become skilled at it, such as running a business. A lot of aspiring videographers and photographers unfortunately believe that a more expensive camera equals better looking footage. For new and growing media makers though, this just isn't true. Large, expensive cameras often have more bells and whistles and a greater capacity to make high quality media. But they also require a lot of knowledge and practice on how to use them properly. So yes, they can make better looking media, but only if you know how to use them properly. Lower, consumer-level products, such as phones and entry-level cameras, are often designed for beginners, so they're simpler to interact with, to understand, and they often take care of the camera settings and even color editing on your behalf. For experienced professionals, this is frustrating to work with, but for an individual still growing and learning, this is ideal because you can shift your focus from how to use the camera to how you can make your shot or video look good with the camera. Think about learning how to drive a car. When someone is first learning how to drive, you don't place them in a racing car or semi-truck and tell them that they'll do better because these cars are more expensive. You give them a car appropriate to their skill level and start there. Someday, the next level of car may be necessary for the job or personal development. But in the meantime, it's best to use whatever will complement their current skills. In media terms, a nice phone or entry-level camera may suit the needs of some of you your whole lives. For the rest of you, just wait to see what's necessary for your needs before spending your money to buy something big and expensive. Don't forget that famous artists such as Selena Gomez and the Piano Guys have shot entire music videos on just an iPhone. If they can do more with less, you can learn to do so too. If you're determined to make the most out of your phone, move on to tip number 3. If you are still interested in buying a professional camera now or someday, this tip is for you. When buying a professional camera, start with something adequate rather than something pricey. The difference in quality between a $700 camera and a $2,000 camera is not staggering. For professionals such as myself, the difference in additional features are enough that it's worth the investment. But that's also because I, for my private businesses, need to compete with other high-end businesses for the customer's interest. Up until recently, however, even I didn't need something that large. My very first camera was a Canon SL1, the smallest DSLR Canon had made at the time. I used it for my vlogging channel, personal photography, and even the beginnings of my professional photography career. Eventually, my business became big enough and consistent enough that the next level of camera was necessary for me. But still, my old 2013 entry-level Canon camera was good enough that I lent it to a former college student of mine whom I hired to take my own engagement photos. And the photos turned out incredible. Conversely, you don't want to waste your money on something super low-end, like a point-and-shoot camera. But you also don't want to waste your money on a high-end camera before your personal needs require it. You may just end up like the hundreds of startup wedding photographers who used their camera a couple of times and then realize they don't want to continue the personal business. Just be wise and humble. Also, when you do buy a camera, consider something used from Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, or similar. You'll be getting an amazing deal for a camera that is likely just as good as it could have been new. Just be sure that you understand what you're buying before doing it. Be smart about it. It's a big purchase. If you're planning to use your phone to start off your video or photo career, consider investing in a new app for taking and editing your phone media. Newer iPhones have the option to turn on a pro mode for the photography, a feature allowing you more professional control over your camera. However, there are apps for both Android and older iPhones that allow you to do this as well, and they even give you access to editing your photos and videos within camera. I would recommend doing a Google search to find out which app is best for you and your needs. But you can find anything from free apps such as Camera MC or Bacon Camera, to one-time purchases such as Cinema P3 Camera and Cinema FV5, to paid subscriptions to top-tier apps such as Filmic Pro, Premiere Rush, and Photoshop Mobile. There's so many good ones out there, you just need to do research on which one is best for you. So, in conclusion, when considering buying a camera, start small and use something that matches both your current skill level and your needs. Most people can create professional content without ever leaving their phone. If this is you, invest in making the most of your phone through external apps. If you're interested in buying a camera, however, be wise and get the frugal option that suits you best. You'd be surprised at just what you can do with any level of professional camera. Though there are so many more tips I could give you, I hope this has been helpful enough to give you a starting point. Do your own research where you need it, and you'll do great. Thanks, and see you in the next video.